picture's in the ledger or if your name's in the ledger, so.
Yeah, I know, there's a lot of
Have
rules.
you built up a little extra cash, so, because your name and picture's in the ledger a lot.
Well,
Make
my,
sure his, Tim, make sure his picture gets in there, you know, that's worth a couple dollars.
all right.
All right.
Well, anyway, I have a mentor, Alec, I think McPherson, that I'm going to meet with after the meeting next time. So he's going to give me the rundown on all these little secrets that I'm going to find about. So I might have to negotiate a petty cash endowment to Steve for the fines or something. Not sure.
So don't play that video.
Right. Q, I talked about this earlier, Buyer's Guide article. The Buyer's Guide approached us about a special edition that they'll be running on April 16th for Earth Day, and they asked us to write an article. Nicole did so, highlighting many of the ways that Low Light and Power either encourages energy through renewable energy, energy optimization, or even the AMI platform that will allow customers to make informed decisions about their energy. So Sharon and Nicole really worked on that, so big thanks to them. And you should see that coming out very soon, and we are going to pay to have that in the ledger as well.
Okay.
Food Fight, for the 5th consecutive year, we'll be participating in Fromm's Food Fight initiative. It starts April 24th and runs through June 2nd. We'll be delivering buckets and bins next week, Monday morning, I believe, at 9 o'clock for 3 hours. Got Sharon's email. So the distribution department will be helping Sharon, but she takes care of organizing this, so thanks to Sharon for coordinating that. And March payables are in your packet, and that's all I have in the manager's report.
Okay. Moving on, next regular Low Light and Power Board meeting is May 11th.
I don't want to skip scheduled meetings. The only reason I say that is we do have an Adopt a Road cleanup, April 26th. Right after work, we meet at the township office.
What day is
That
it?
is a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It is.
So anybody who would like, Perry's participated. I believe Tina's participated.
Yeah.
Jim, I think you've been there.
No, I have not done it. I wanted to do that. This is my last
Saw
night
your-
of bowling.
I
but
saw
I'm
your
gonna try
ghost
to get
there,
out of
but,
it. Yeah, no, listen to me.
Anybody is encouraged to attend. And then the APPA Line Workers Rodeo, Perry will be
Yeah.
leaving with Tom. I'm not sure what day, it's up to you guys of what day you guys want to leave, I don't know. But that goes from the 4th through the 7th.
Oh.
And Ryan, Justin, and Mark will be participating as a team, and that'll be the first time we have a team. And then the stakeholder meeting is the 10th. Do you have any comments about the rodeo, or?
Nope, looking forward to it. Tom and I are going to make a road trip. I'm gonna drive down to San Antonio, Texas, and haul the equipment, and we're we're doing that so that Brian, because we have to haul quite a bit of, or take quite a bit of equipment, and it's so that the guys can participate and that they can fly in and they don't have to leave, you know, so that they can be here at work and have as short a time as possible on the trip. And I don't know, is this our sixth rodeo in a row, or?
I know, and we've
6 or
done it every
7.
year since 12. So it's at least 6.
Yeah, so anyway, excited, looking forward to it.
Do we take our truck, one of our trucks down?
We are on this trip, one of our pickups, not,
No, I meant one of our big boom trucks.
no.
It's all a climbing event.
In the rodeo, and we've had, when we come back, I'll have hopefully a presentation or some slides, and I'm dating myself, some
Oh, boy.
DVDs or whatever. And,
A lot of pressure.
VHS tapes?
Some engravings.
they were on a split, no,
Our
beta. And so everything that they do is climbing poles and that type of thing. So it's just they're normally, I mean, hand tools, and kind of have a wagon that carries the stuff out, and it's really, it's a great time. It's a great time to share with other people, other linemen throughout the country. what they're doing, and so, yeah, I really enjoy it, so. But we tried to talk to, because Traverse City goes every year, and last year Holland went to Minnesota, and we tried to, talk to them if they want us to haul their equipment or not. And so I think we're just hauling our own equipment that we need, and so, no, they have bucket trucks and whoever's sponsoring it, they supply the trucks because there's a rescue and they have to lift the dummy back up and hook it back up, each time. But other than that, and when you go, they have a roped off area, and they kind of like a fairgrounds, and they'll put 200 poles up with wire and everything. And so each year they have 2 or 3 different things that they have to do, and they're timed, but they're scored. And what happens is, so the most important thing is to get 100%, and then from the 100%, if there's 5 or 6 people that have 100% on it, then it will be, determined by whose first place is the smallest amount of time that they took to do that. But, yeah. So it's a lot of fun.
Has that ever been in Grand Rapids?
The closest we had was in Cleveland several years ago, and we had, we invited our office staff to go down, anybody that from ours that wanted to, and at that time we had a couple apprentice
Okay.
attend, but it's been, I think the first one we went to was, I don't know, it's been Nashville, then it was Cleveland, it's been in Orlando or Kissimmee, Oklahoma City, Minnesota,
Now Texas.
and now Texas. And-
Okay.
But it was cold last year in Minnesota.
They also did it like really early.
Right.
And now they're doing like Texas in May, which is just,
It's really hot.
I don't know, but
So I went,
So can someone get a video of those events?
have we?
Yeah, or could
Yeah.
you? Because I mean, it'd be.
Yeah.
sounds like it'd
Tom
be a
probably
fun thing,
could, or Perry.
Like that team competition or whatever. That's
Yeah,
You got it on your
I'm-
phone?
I'm getting better at
At
this.
the phone?
I can,
There you go.
It would be cool. I'll talk with you, Tom.
You can take a
Offline.
video with this thing. We're
Right,
Yeah,
take
that's
this
it,
long
yeah.
and, yeah.
Make sure your battery's charged. And you take your charger with you.
Oh, I still got 61%.
Oh, we can go all night.
Okay. Moving on, board comment. Tina, you get the first shot.
Yay, thank you. First of all, when I saw that we're back down to 0 as far as, tried to balance our books, big kudos to the ladies in the office. They really know how to chase it down and be polite at the same time. I actually had a friend that she went out of town for work and she never gave it a thought. And so she came back and there was it was a really nice reminder phone call. How far along would you be? Because she said, I think, it was a few weeks she was gone. So,
She was probably up for getting shut off the next day.
oh, okay. Well, she came home and
Just in the nick
she
of
said,
time.
Tina, they were pleasant and she was not shut off. So she was pretty impressed that everybody was still kind and they didn't treat her like she was trying to run away from her bills. So kudos to the ladies. Now the video that we just saw is just beautiful. I mean, what a great, production to put that together to bring Lowell to a lot more, bigger audience to let them know what Lowell Light and Power is doing. And I love that video. I can't wait to.
Well, it was all SUS who made it. We didn't do really
Well, I'm
anything.
just saying, they did a great job for them
Well,
to
we just
just
talked.
invent it,
Yes.
so I can't wait. Is that gonna be put on Facebook pretty quick so I can like it and share it?
We need to make sure the app's
Yeah.
perfect, and then once it's perfect, we'll put it out there.
Yes, it'll eventually be out there, but we're gonna wait soft
Okay,
opening and.
So share it though when it's out there.
okay. Oh, definitely. But other than that, I appreciate everybody's participation at the expo. It was a cold day, and I just, 8 people. I'd like to know who those people were, because they really braved it out.
We probably have their waiver form, so we can know.
And that's all I have. Thank you.
Andrew?
Actually, there was one, I just wanted to mention that, again, I've been impressed again with, when Tom retired, it's like, well, how do we fill that? And I think Ryan's done awesome so far. Because even just today, I was impressed by that report showing here's some of the areas we can improve on, and he's already been doing that. And so he's kind of ahead of the curve, so to speak. And it seems like he's been doing that with a lot of things. So I think we've lucked out that we've got we're not lacking in any way from, not to say we don't miss you, because we do. But I've been impressed with Ryan, and which probably is no surprise, because I'm pretty much impressed with everybody here, so.
It's a good team.
Yeah.
It's very awesome.
Yeah, the more I learn about you guys, the more impressed I get. So.
Jim?
Couple months ago, we talked about the possibility of looking at what our summer schedules were, stuff like that, and I know we haven't gotten back with that. And the only meeting that I'm gonna probably have trouble making is the one in June, which is that Wednesday. So I didn't know if we were gonna maybe start Thursday, we're gonna start doing them that Wednesday in June, or we just wait till the summer concerts actually start and then we move them to Wednesday versus the Thursday. So I wasn't sure when we were going to make that leap.
That's
Otherwise,
the
I
board's
will miss
decision.
The first one in June.
We
That's all I
can,
got, as far as that goes. I made a commitment to be here, but I just can't make that one.
Right.
You know.
And that's why we have a 5-member board now instead of a 3, so. Well, let's put it on our, let's everybody think about it and put it on our agenda for our May meeting.
I'll put it as a separate item,
Yeah.
discussion of meeting dates and.
Just for that purpose, yeah.
Okay,
Specifically do that.
okay.
Other than that, again, thanks for all that they do here. It's a great organization you guys are running. Yeah.
Marty?
Good job, guys. The small amount of outages we had, you guys got a good crew down there. I think you guys are well on top of it, and I see that number shrinking dramatically as we go forward. Especially your little squirrel thing, if it works good, can I get one?
For sure.
What for your bird feeder?
That's it.
Okay, I talked,
Alan,
oh, I'm sorry, Alan.
It's okay.
sorry to interrupt,
It was a
Barry.
great meeting. I enjoyed the video, and I actually, when I have my cell phone out, I'm playing with it. I'm not playing games. I'm taking notes for council. And one of my comments in there was, I love watching the employees, because not only do they like what they're doing, they're proud to work here, and that's a real testament to management here. So, yeah, way to go. And what a great team. I'm proud to be part of this right now, so it's pretty cool stuff. That's all I have.
Okay. I talked last time a little bit, and I've been online trying to believe, I've actually been online trying to get some things printed off, but general manager evaluations.
Yes.
I left a message with Jim Weeks with the MPPA to see if he had a form, and I think you were gonna touch base with him at all. I'm trying to, a couple of different things. I'm trying to get a form that we can all do. I think it's imperative that we still have a little bit of time, May, but I want to make sure that we have a review and have, I dislike always trying to do things retro. And we should, our new current year's July 1, so I want to make sure that we have, our only responsibility is to evaluate the general manager and set his salary, and that's it. So, working on that, if you guys have some different forms with your company, Andrew and I had talked, we were at a meeting last night together for a minute, and we talked. I know that Andrew had talked to Steve. I really want to, I think it's important not only for the board, but whether we have some, because when I've been online, I've looked and I've seen some employee evaluations of the general manager. And I think, we have a feel of the general manager and what he's doing in the community in here, but because we're not here every day, we don't get any perspective from the employees. So whether we give that to all employees or if we select, out of the hat, somebody from the office, somebody from the line workers, and get an evaluation from them. Again, it would be confidential, but I guess I'm throwing that out to the rest of the board members to get your feelings and your perspective, what you think that we should have or how we should go about evaluating Steve. And not only evaluating Steve, but setting goals for Steve's for the following year. Because if you set goals, then you can weigh those goals, whether he met those things or whether he didn't. And that gives us a way to measure a measurement of his evaluation.
What has the board used in the past, Perry?
We've had a form, I don't have it with me, that it's gone through, and then we had some comments, and I mean, I wasn't crazy about I think it was a good form, but I think every few years, I think you should, instead of using the exact same form every time, I think it's important
I'll see what we have.
to look at different things. If you go online, I have seen some things, but they're more general. I was also looking for Jim Weeks, or one board meeting that I saw with Lansing had an evaluation that you can have the general manager thing, but also kind of would like it more specific. And I didn't have time today, but I was going to contact the APPA and also the APPA at the Line Workers Rodeo, the technical thing. They have a technical conference that is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right after. So, I was going to also contact APPA and see if they have some kind of generic form for general managers. And so I just wanted to let you know that's where I am with that. But we need to, I need to make sure that I come back, or we come back with deciding what form we're gonna use and everything at our May meeting, so that we can do that, work on it on our own, come back together at the June meeting, determine it. I've also requesting from, in the past, we've been able to get median, average, general salaries from the APPA, by classification, by the amount of revenue, or your budget amount, or by the amount of customers nationally. But we've also, the previous board and I think it's important that if we can go to our local, the MPPA membership, and find out where Zealand is, where Portland is, where other customers in the MPPA, and then with that, if we can get the amount of customers that they have, commercial, residential, and what the budget they're working with, and what the compensation package is for that general manager, which is, most of them will, there's a few that don't want to share, but it's, being a utility, it's all public information, so.
So then we would go into a closed session and sometime in June and discuss it, yeah.
Yep. That's my thought process.
Sounds
I
good.
mean, is everybody, and do you think it's important to get a feedback from the employees also?
Definitely. I mean, that's actually something, just even to Alan's benefit, it's something I was pushing on when I was on council. I don't know if you guys do that now with the evaluation process, but at the time, we didn't have employee feedback, and I wasn't able to get everyone to buy into it, but it's something I think it's worth considering for you guys.
Good point.
It's one, you see the manager from this perspective, but it'd be nice to know what the other perspective is too.
So my question would be, do you think it's important to get an evaluation from all, not mandatory, but allow all employees? Or do you think it's more important just to randomly pick a person here, here?
I think anyone that wants to, I wouldn't want to just pick a few, especially given how small the staff is.
Right.
I think it's just if they want to get feedback, great. If they don't, it's great too.
I've done that where, I've been involved in that where it was just select out of different areas too, and it just seemed to be a better all around.
And we actually have one that we send out in an email form, and you fill it out real quick, and it just comes back randomly, and you can set them up very easy. It might be 15 questions, yes, no, some comments, and things like that, so you're not spending an hour doing it, maybe 5 minutes, stuff like that,
Right.
so.
And I view, and I hope Steve would, those evaluations are not only just to determine whether a compensation package or whatever, but it also helps you, there's also, when you're on their self-evaluations, that it then allows you to, you start to think, am I really doing this, or I'm not doing this, and kind of, it's a tool, I think. It can be used as a tool to further your goals and our strategic plan, so.
Do you do any sort of evaluations like that to everybody, for anything, or would this be a new?
Everyone receives an evaluation here. In terms of soliciting other employees to evaluate each other,
Okay.
no. But in terms of what you're talking about, I do see I would be in favor of it, not just because, I think the employees like me or don't like me or whatever, but because it's hard to get, I think, when you're the general manager, to get honest feedback. I think a lot of people are going to be nice to you regardless, and this would allow them to really give their true input. And frankly, I would like to learn that if I am lacking in some areas, so I can actually make improvements and changes, and the organization doesn't become complacent, or there isn't this
Right,
underlying current of just unhappiness that I'm just not aware of.
right.
You know what I mean?
There's one criticism you're going to get, and that's going to be, don't call yourself old.
I think I said I felt, because I was asked to be a mentor. I don't know, we have the tape, so.
Okay, so that's kind of, if you see something,
I'll send you the link that we do for our
Yep.
forms, because even though it's a small group, you probably know everybody's handwriting, and you want to keep it as much as confidential as you can when somebody's evaluating somebody. So when you're doing it on a tablet, there's nothing, but you start writing, oh, look at what she wrote. You do know people's
Right,
handwriting.
yes.
And so you
that-
try to keep
yeah.
it as much as possible.
But I don't want people just pick to do it. I would like to have this out there available for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't want anybody to come back and say, well, that was really nice pick, because we all know that Sally loves everybody here.
Yep.
I don't want that. I would rather, I've always learned from my mistakes. I would rather have somebody spell it out for me, and I could look at it and build from there, so.
okay? So the only other thing, I just wanted to mention that I want to thank Light and Power. They put out a the survey for the parks. We're in the process of updating our master plan at the parks. I sit on the Parks Commission here in the city, and I was at a city council meeting last Monday, and I had somebody come up to me and ask me, he saw the flyer in the bill, and said, I'm not online, so how can I, or where can I get that? And so we're at City Hall, so we were able to go downstairs, get one. So people do read those, and they are effective. And I just want to thank Light and Power for doing that. With that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 8:25.
I'll second.
And it's been moved and supported. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? No opposed? Okay. Thank you.
What if you guys did oppose?